Morning folks, Lester here, and today I don't want you all to laugh at me. Just bear with me. Could you just bear with me? We're using this old school set of scales to measure something. We don't have anything that weighs, we don't have any normal scales around here, okay? We don't have any normal scales. And what I'm trying to weigh out this morning is something that I'm going to have to resort back to an old school decorative decor type scale, but it's going to work. It's going to have to work. Anyway, if you haven't seen one of these, hang out with me for a little bit. We're going to put it to good use. I'll explain the whole process to you, and just don't judge. Whatever you do, don't judge, but instead, why don't you look and say, wow, that was pretty ingenuitive, Lester, and I've not seen one of those in years. Yeah, it's an antique. Just come with me. I'll just explain the whole thing in the barn. All right, so this is a new type of dewormer that we're gonna try. First time we ever use this. And what I have to do is measure 1 pound of this for every 1,000 pound of animal. Now, there's no way we're going to be able to weigh all of our animals. Guys, you can't do that. So what you do is you look at a large cow, a calf, and you start kind of guesstimating their weights based on their breed type and, of course, how healthy they are. And then the good news is you cannot overdose on dewormer. So for anyone that's a little bit concerned about how I'm going to go about doing this, you don't have to worry. You cannot overdose on dewormer. And I'll also say it's always best to err on the side of giving too much dewormer instead of not enough. So we're going to go ahead and take and measure out pounds of this stuff. And then I will start taking those pounds, mixing it up with their feed, and passing it out to all of our bovine, all of our cows and our calves. This will be kind of fun. I'm just curious to start off with, though, how much of this equals a pound. So right now I got all my scales balanced out to 0. So it's gonna be a lot more than that. I don't want to spill any of it. It's gonna be more than that. Kitty cat, sweetie, I love you, but this is not really a time for cats. What I need to get me is a cup so I can just kind of feel from here. And then once I figure out how sweet, okay, you're gonna spill everything, kitty. Guys, let me feed the kitty cat, and then I'll get back with my video making here. Both of you, this is Frady and Scaredy Cat. They're my barn cats. There's what keep my barns clean and free of mice. And I feed them right out of the cans here. Looky here, look, come on. Kitty, kitty, kitties, come on. You know, this cat food can actually worked out to be quite a pretty ingenuitive idea as well. I'm on a roll today. I am just on a roll today. So it looks like a heaping portion of this might be a pound. We are right there at a pound. And so what I'm going to do is make sure that for every large cow, who I assume weighs about 1,000 pounds, will get 1 large container like that mixed with their grains today. And then obviously cows like Tex, and then of course Moo and Oreo over at I'm a Survivor will get 2 of those because they will be more in the range of close to 2,000 pounds, a ton. But most of our other cows, we're gonna just kind of guesstimate to be about 1,000 pounds. And that right there is how much of this dewormer you'll mix with their grains for every 1,000 pound head of cattle. You guys gotta have some too. Okay, so what I'm gonna have to do is deworm him today and tomorrow to get him the full 2 pounds in his system. So this is one of those farm jobs that you just, there's no science to it really. I just know that to make sure that he's properly dewormed, he'll need 2 pounds of that. Those two guys who are not near as heavy will only need probably 1 pound. Tex, don't do that. He's like, it's not mixed up right. You ain't gonna fool me, Daddy. It ain't mixed up the right way. He thinks he's gonna, he doesn't want the dewormer part of that mix. What surprises me is these guys are eating no problem. And Tex can't even handle a 1 pound mix up. So he thinks he's gonna just knock his bowl over and eat it off the ground. Now, you don't have to panic and worry about this because we always leave out the deworming blocks. You know about the deworming blocks. We haven't used them in a while, but we also have deworming cubes. Our cows didn't like those too much. So I'm really happy that Waylon and Santoro ate quite a bit. And guys, they're gonna be fine. None of the cows are looking bad. This was our first time to use this dewormer, and I guess I'm okay with it. I think it's kind of hard to have to put so much where it ends up changing the taste of the grain, whereas he doesn't want to eat it. And now the birds are gonna go there and eat it up, and that's fine. It's not gonna hurt them none. Waylon's gonna say, that's not for y'all. Y'all need to move on out of there. Y'all eat bird food. I'm just trying to think of ways I could disguise it even more. The packaging doesn't tell me any other way to disguise it. So maybe if you guys have any ideas how I could disguise that stuff, those granules, into something else, or maybe just feed less. Maybe do 1/4 pound 8 days in a row. I don't know. I'm just trying to find a way where he'll be able to get it all, and where it can do its work, do its magic. All right, we got to get our girl cows going, but this is okay. We're not upset. This is fine. We'll be good. All right, so Tex has walked off and left his food open. The 2 calves are still going. Listen, the birds may very well come by and take a bite. Normally we use ivermectin to deworm the birds. I was reading the labeling, and this is not going to hurt them. I forgot what they call this particular dewormer, but ivermectin is the paste that we normally put in their grains. So by them nibbling up the leftovers here, I don't think it's going to be a problem. I know, by me saying I don't think is probably not very smart of me, but the labeling doesn't say anything about who you cannot give it to. It does not say do not give to, avian species or anything like that. So I'm having to I'm trying to look it up now, but they are eating it up. So it's a dewormer. All right, it's time to go over and take care of our females, y'all. All right, so this over here was not near as easy, and I didn't think it would be because, we have so many cows and they all have a different pecking order, and you really can't keep them straight on who's gonna eat with who. So I just did a general mix. I mixed a little bit heavy instead of light, knowing that there'll be some cows that'll get a little bit too much dewormer. Some may not get enough. So what I will do is do the exact same thing tomorrow, and maybe even the next day. I bought a 25-pound bag, and that means it should treat 25,000 pounds of cow. That sounds like so much, right? Now, of course, I'm gonna take a couple of pounds over to I'm a Survivor and try to get some to Moo and maybe Oreo. But I think Jake already dewormed them. Look at this beauty here. Oh boy, let me walk away because she's gonna try to come be she's gonna try to be a big girl and share with my big girls. And as you guys can see, I have my goats separated. They have a different kind of dewormer. This dewormer here is made for cows and horses. Now, we want to thank you guys for watching today's video, joining us as we walk around and make sure all the babies are as healthy as they can be. You know that deworming is something that should be done at least 4 times a year with most of your animals, and that's usually at the beginning of every season change. And then last thing you should also note is that you can't use the same dewormer every time, because your animals do in fact become intolerant or tolerant. Your animals become used to it. And if your animals get used to the same dewormer, then it's no longer effective. Anywho, y'all have a great day, and we will catch you guys on the next video.
Don't let your troubles fester. Come watch Longhorn Lester.
Yeah, something like that.